Well, hi, and welcome to episode 17 of the Social Strategy Mum podcast or live show, depending on where you are consuming this right now. Super excited to be here with you today and to touch on a topic that might be a little bit controversial. As I've been talking to people about this over the last week or so, though, I have had some really great conversations. So this is all, the title of this episode, it is all about you don't need another course. Okay? Just going to let that land with you there for a second. You don't need another course. Every day I talk to business owners that are up to their eyeballs in courses. Okay? They are taking this course, they're taking that course, they've done this course, they've half started that course, they bought that course, but they never opened it. Okay? You all know what I'm talking about. Right now, there are people out there that are nodding their head and they're like, hell yes, Caroline, that is me. Okay? What I want to say to you is stop. Just put on the brakes just for a second. You don't need another course right this second, okay? But you probably do need to come through this process with me. This is not going to be a long episode, but before you spend money on another course, I want you to have a think about a few things that I'm going to bring up for you today. And I want you to be really honest with yourself about where you are at and where your business is at, and try and detach those two things, because where you're at and where your business is at is not a reflection of each other, okay? What is happening in your business right now is not a reflection of your success or failure. Don't make it mean that. Just stop for a second and let's have a really good look at this idea of you don't need another course. What we need to really be clear about is that taking courses can be great, really great, but it can also be a symptom of other things that are going on in our business. For a lot of people, me included, taking lots and lots of courses is actually a symptom of procrastination. It's a symptom of uncertainty about what to do next and where to go next. And I know that it won't be unfamiliar to you for me to mention this whole idea of shiny object syndrome. And this can happen with courses. We get caught up in the marketing hype, the great marketing hype of all of these amazing courses that are available out there. And I do not in any way mean for this episode to come across as if I do not like courses. That would be crazy, because I run a business that has a lot of courses. There is the most amazing courses out there that you can do on everything from how to slice a loaf of bread to how to build an amazing Facebook group to how to sew a quilt just like the one Nana used to have on her bed. Okay? I'm not joking. There are courses out there for everything. And for the most part, those courses are absolutely amazing. They are jam-packed full of awesome information for people. The thing is, for a lot of the business owners that I'm talking to right now, they are in information overload. They actually have consumed so many courses, been to so many webinars and masterclasses and done so many challenges and all of those kinds of things that their brain is literally about to explode with information. And the overload of information, as they're procrastinating and as they're feeling that uncertainty, it actually compounds the procrastination and the uncertainty, because now instead of being uncertain with a few bits of information and a few ideas for what they can be doing, they are uncertain with so many ideas and amazing plans and checklists and processes that they can use to do the things that they need to do in their business. And often they have got more than one idea about how they can do the same thing. And having that information and being in that at that point of overload leads to complete indecision. A confused mind will never buy is the same as a confused mind will struggle to make a decision as to how to move forward. People that are in that information overload, the missing piece for that is action. What they actually need is to take action on some of that information. They need a way to filter out all of the things, all of the time, all of the experts, all of the advice, decide on a course of action that is right for them, that is right for their business, and that is right for their ideal customers or clients, and then execute a plan to see through the process that they have decided to take next in their business. The missing pieces from a lot of courses and the things that are missing that overloaded brain needs in order to be able to take that action and move forward often come down to two things. One, they need somebody to help them actually come up with what that plan should be out of everything that they could possibly choose from. And the second thing is they need accountability to someone in order to move in and implement what they have decided that they are going to do. So out of the ether of all this overload of information from all of the courses that they've done and everything that they've consumed, they need a plan for how they're going to move forward. And then they need some accountability in order to help them to move forward. Now, basically, there are times in our business where we do need more information. So I really want you to take a second and have a bit of a think about whether you might be at one of those points. And let me explain to you what one of those points might look like, okay? For example, for a client that I'm currently working with, she came to me, she had an amazing Facebook strategy. Everything was working really well on Facebook. She felt comfortable and confident with what she was doing, but she really felt that now was the time to do something a little bit different, keep the Facebook going on one side, but she really wanted to build in a strategy for Pinterest. What she didn't have, though, was very much information about how to do Pinterest, what's important for Pinterest, what kinds of content to put on Pinterest, all of the things she needed to be thinking about when it actually came to Pinterest for her business. Because Pinterest is a completely different platform to Facebook, and she knew quite rightly that she wasn't going to be able to just do exactly the same things on Pinterest as she was doing on Facebook and see the same outcomes. So what she needed was the actual information as to how she could use Pinterest for her business, okay? That how-to information can be very easily delivered as a course. The next step beyond that how-to information, though, is having somebody to help her actually be able to implement a strategy with Pinterest, stay accountable for keeping up that strategy for Pinterest, measure whether it's working for her business, test and tweak what she needs to be testing and tweaking, and then ultimately build that into what her business does each week, whether it's what she does or whether she's outsourcing it to a member of her team. The how-to, the information, was super, super important because she had identified quite rightly that she had a knowledge gap when it came to Pinterest and how Pinterest works. And doing a course to fill that knowledge gap is a great idea. But to then be able to take that knowledge and move forward, some people will simply just be able to jump in there, take the knowledge that they've got, imperfect action out the wazoo, and off they go. But for a lot of people, that will just be more information in their already overloaded brain, and they won't actually take the action. And that's where the idea of having help to come up with how you're going to do it, and then the accountability to actually see it through and make it worthwhile having spent the money learning that information is just as important. This is why in a business like mine, my signature program, Social Strategy Foundations, is so important, because when these overwhelmed, over-informed business owners come to me, the biggest thing they say is, what the do I focus on? Or where the hell do I actually get started? They have so much information, but they don't have a plan for how to make it work for their specific business. And then they need somebody to help to keep them accountable. And that is the amazing thing about having a group coaching or one-to-one coaching option within the business. And it's why I love coaching people so much, because we really see that information change to transformation. And we actually see all of that knowledge that's inside their head get moved into their business, and stuff actually changes. Social Strategy Foundations is a group coaching program specifically because of how many business owners have come to me and said, I've got all this information, I don't know what to do. I need to be on Instagram, I need to be on Facebook. What about hashtags? What am I doing with this? And in the end, what we have to do is break it down and say, right, here are the foundational pieces of what we need to be doing in order to move your business forward. Let's create a plan for how you are going to do that. And then you're going to actually show up every week. And so am I for 12 weeks. And we are going to move through the implementation of that plan together. I'm going to answer your questions, but I'm also going to hold you accountable. And this is the thing about the coaching part of that course and the coaching part of working with one-to-one coaching clients. And that is that sometimes I have to be the big bad wolf and be like, hey, look, we were going to do this and I don't know, but you're kind of off over there. Let's just bring it on back and let's chat about this and let's make sure we've got our plan and we're moving forward. So what I want to say to you today, most importantly, is you possibly don't need another course right now. If you are in information overload, so much so that you don't know what on earth should be the next step and you don't have a plan for moving forward, then possibly what you need right now is a group or one-to-one coaching situation to actually get your business moving forward, rather than to just overload your brain with more information. The biggest thing though is only you can answer that question as to where you're at right now and what you need right now in order to be able to move your business forward. I can give you an assessment of that. I can ask you questions and help you to come to know that. But ultimately, you are the person that has to work out where you are at right now in your business and what you really need to actually move forward. And if you are stuck in procrastination, stuck in uncertainty, stuck in the overwhelm, then I would suggest that you don't need another course right now, because it is only going to add to that overwhelm. Courses are great when you need some specific how-to knowledge, explanations of things, perfect. But when it comes to actually building and executing a strategy and being accountable, you might need to be over in the group or one-to-one coaching space right now so that you can actually formulate the plan and have the accountability to keep it moving forward. All right. I know that for some people, they're going to listen to this and they're going to be like, this is weird. Like, she has courses and she's saying, don't take a course. And for other people, they're going to be like, well, of course she's saying that I need some coaching because that's what she's trying to sell me. But really what I want you to do is take a step back and think about what you need in order to be able to move your business forward in 2020. And truly, 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 is that just more information? Or is it something more than that? Is it this imperfect action and planning and accountability? All right, I'm going to leave it there, but I really wanted to pose that question because as I've been asking people this week, there has been a lot of talk about realizations about this and the information overload and the overwhelm that so many people are in. So take some time to have a think about that. All right, to finish out the episode, I want to invite you to join me for my upcoming live masterclass. It is happening on the 4th of February. This is my Connect and Engage Masterclass. My challenge to you is to stop selling right now on your social media just for a second and focus on connecting and engaging with your audience, with your ideal customers and clients. What we want to do is build a relationship and a community and a conversation with those people on social media, because it is, after all, social media. Part of building your business is being able to connect and engage with your audience over your social channels. So at the live masterclass on Feb 4, I'm going to be talking about the biggest social media myths that are out there right now. These are the things that you are literally seeing every day in your feed on sponsored posts about how you can make $1 million overnight. We are going to bust some of those social media myths straight up. Then I'm going to give you my one top tip for connecting and engaging with your audience right now, literally in the next 2 minutes. And then I'm going to share with you my 4-step foundational framework, my social strategy foundations for creating social media that connects and engages, but then ultimately converts your followers, your audience, into clients and customers. So if you would like to join me for that masterclass, I would absolutely love to see you there. It is happening Feb 4th at 8 p.m. To sign up, you need to head to socialstrategymum.com/masterclass. I will put the link right near wherever you are seeing or hearing this, and I would absolutely love to see you there, and we can talk about how to connect and engage with your audience so that you can grow your business impact and income through social media without selling your soul to the scroll. All right, I'm going to leave it there now. That is it for episode 17. Thank you so much to everyone that has watched and listened. Make sure that you hit subscribe. I would love if you would leave me a review. Comment if you are watching this video, and let's have more of a conversation about why you don't need another course right now until you've really taken stock of where you are at in your business. All right, bye for now.